Okay, my name's Dr. Imelda Khachofwe. I'm coming from the Copperbelt University. We have traveled all the way with the students from the two universities from Zambia. We've been working on a knowledge exchange program, and that's what has brought us here, to exchange knowledge with our friends here in Kenya. We've been teaching some of these theories, but I think what is important with what we've done here is that we've had a hands-on experience with what we've been teaching. So from what we've learned, when I look at the principles that were introduced here in terms of improving on food security, you can actually produce a lot of food on a small piece of land. So the population is growing, which means we have to find ways of producing enough food on a small piece of land, and regenerative forestry is one of the solutions. Why is it a solution? Because when you look at what was done here, the experiment that has been put up here, it's good that it is in a school. So the pupils were able to also observe what was done. And in a few months' time, they will be able to see how this small piece of land will change from what we did here. And in one piece of land, there's a diversity of plants that were planted, from trees to vegetables. So that in itself is key in improving food security, because in one piece of land you have different types of crops, from annuals to perennials, and that is a key to producing enough food for our African society. And to also get rid of the syndrome of expecting food to come from somewhere when we can be able to produce our own food. I think something important was mentioned, where we have countries in the Middle East who are getting soils from somewhere and even making rain, but they are able to produce and sell food to us when we have got a lot of land, which is just unproductive. And through food forests, we can be able to regenerate, reclaim even lands which are not productive. Because the method that we were shown here, you are capable of regenerating the soil. I think for me, that is really, really important. Because most of the times we don't pay attention to how you rejuvenate the soil that has been used before. How to put back the fertilizer back into the soil so that you have enough organic matter to produce enough food. Africa is not coping well, because I think that's why this program is important, because we're incorporating young people. I think it's important to actually give the knowledge to the young ones, because when you start when they are young, they will be able to take this knowledge to other people. It's like, I think someone who spoke earlier than me, Steve, said our forefathers used to do that, but the system has been destroyed. But regenerative forestry is a method that we can use to actually bring the system back to life so that we can produce more food. I think home gardens were a thing that our forefathers used to do, where you find a lot of different crops in one piece of land. And when you have a lot of crops in one piece of land, you have different crops and different trees adapting differently, and you get different products. So when you get a disease or a drought, you have some which can be able to stand the drought that comes up, meaning you are also fighting against climate change, because some plants will adapt, some will not. But because you have diversity, you still have food.